right. So all of you probably got some sort of a little message pop up, if I'm correct. All right. Another thing is if for some reason technology fails, which it hasn't yet, but you never know, wait 5 minutes and then kind of log back on and it will get back on. And also, as far as the things that I had posted that you would need for tonight, the drinking water, seeds, you know, pot, soil, so on, incense, plate, you know, food and drink. If you don't have any of those items, that's okay, because you can totally still enjoy everything, because everything's all about energy. And when we come to the part of the ritual where we're going to do a blessing on these seeds and everything, you can totally visualize everything. And you'll see when I walk you through the visualization for going into the temple. And, you know, visualizing, you can hold the seeds in your hands and when we get to that. So I just want to make sure everybody knew that you'll still be able to appreciate tonight's ritual, even if you don't have everything. All right, so with that said, be patient with me also, because I'm still learning the ropes. Maria, who usually joins us, who's my partner in crime in this, she has relocated to Florida, so she's going to have a hard time joining us when we have evening ones. So she used to be my technology person, so now it's all me, and hopefully I can do this smoothly. So I'm going to go ahead and introduce you to your players for this evening. Let's see, we have Michael Graham and Tyler, David, Rebecca, Brittany, Brianne, and Layton. Alrighty, let's go ahead and get started. So a little bit about Ostara. So today's Sabbath celebrates the arrival of spring. I think we all are a little aware of that. And it was named after a Saxon goddess, Ostara. Ostara is the goddess of spring and the dawn, whose worship goes way back to ancient Pagan Teutonic Saxon cultures. Contemporary pagans of many paths honor her at the Spring Equinox time, which is today, also known as Eostar. The Christian festival of Easter was named for her, and the Easter bunny baskets and colored eggs that are a part of springtime and Easter celebrations in America, Europe, and other parts of the world are rooted in her lore and symbology. Very little, however, is known about Ostara in the way of ancient lore. It hasn't survived but to reach us, but like our ancestors, we have an inner knowing, a yearning for Ostara and the return of spring. Our modern conveniences, although a blessing of sorts, take us out of the natural rhythms of the season sometimes. So we do not or cannot really fully understand what the return of spring meant to our forebears. Yet we do understand and share our desires for and the love of Earth's beauty and bounty. It is the same but different longing for the end of winter. And especially in these times right now, all of you have probably been feeling at one point or another a little anxious. We'd like to get out and experience a little bit more. And the sun's really good, full of vitamins for us. I mean, in moderation, obviously. So today, spring is coming, the more sun, and just the thought of being able to step out and breathe the fresh air and everything probably feels really good for a lot of us. And so that's kind of where we're at with all this. And we're going to honor Ostara for giving this to us. So speaking of that, so tonight we're going to celebrate Ostara by bestowing upon her seeds blessed with our own personal energy. We will plant these seeds into a small pot in hopes of enriching the earth. We will also get to hear a storytelling about Ostara. And then we will close our ritual this evening with a group rune reading from Rebecca tonight. So that's exciting news. And with that said, if I can locate Michael. We're going to go ahead and join the astral temple. I'm going to put a little image up here for you guys. I'm going to share this with you. Let's do, there we go. There, forest clearing. So go ahead and sit back and relax and get comfortable. For those of you that have joined us before or are pretty familiar with this already. I want everybody to go ahead and close your eyes and take 3 deep breaths. Now imagine that you are standing on a path at the edge of a small forest. As you stand before the opening into the trees, you take a moment to adjust your eyes to the waxing light of the crescent moon. The cool breeze from the forest is inviting you to enter. The path is clear and broad. It is easy to follow. And so you step into the forest. The peace in the forest is total. Suddenly you hear the haunting cry of an owl, and the forest becomes alive with the sounds of crickets and other creatures of the night. It is as if they are encouraging you to take a few more steps into their home. And so you do. As you walk on, you begin to hear the sound of running water. You can tell that the water is gentle, and you walk in the direction of the sound. As you walk, you can feel the leaves crackle from the night frost under your feet and the small branches and roots on the ground. It feels good to have your feet touching Mother Earth, and you let the gentle voice of the water call you on. Shortly in front of you opens a little clearing in the forest. It is lit up by the slightly waxing moonbeams. You notice that in the middle of the clearing is a small pool. The pool is being fed from a stream cascading down a small rocky slope. As the pool is filled to overflowing, the water leaves the pool on the other side and continues its journey back into the forest. Here in the clearing, there are some rocks where you can sit. The rocks are cool from the moon shining down from the opening in the treetops. You walk to the largest of the rocks and take a seat on it. It is as if the rock were made for just you to sit on. It cradles your body and holds you steady. You just sit here for a few minutes in silence, listening to the sounds of the forest and the water all around you. Your eyes are closed and your heart is full of joy. In a few moments, you begin to sense the gentle presence of another being brushing by. You open your eyes, and sitting all around is everyone present here tonight. Your heart is open and ready to receive the God and the Goddess.
Now let us purify the temple with a smoke cleanse. Please light your incense and wave the incense in your room and all around you. May the positive energy of the universe surround you, flow through you, and bring you peace to your mind, love to your heart, and calm to your spirit. Blessed be.
Blessed be.
The circle is cast by each of us and opens into our temple. By gesturing a circle in your own room, take a moment to visualize and feel the astral temple. I summon the circle I summon. Power and peace and protection will come in and bind to the womb of our spiritual birth through water and fire and air and earth. As above, so below, the circle is sealed.
Come, ye spirits of the north, powers of earth, hold us rooted by tree and flower. Bring us the beauty of our lush green meadows. Be with us this day. Hail and welcome.
Hail.
Hail and welcome.
Come, ye spirits of the east, powers of air, sail on golden wings of dawn. Blow away the staleness of winter. Be with us this day. Hail and welcome.
Hail.
Hail
And welcome.
Hail and welcome. We seem to be having a little bit of technical difficulty there with hearing you, Brianne.
How about now?
Yes, okay. Could you
Should
do
I
that,
redo that?
do that calling again, please?
Okay. Come, ye spirits of the south, powers of fire, bring the heat of noon to warm our days. Coax the seeds from the womb of the earth. Be with us this day. Hail and welcome.
Hail and welcome.
Hail and welcome.
Come, ye spirits of the west, powers of water. Let our souls flow with the beauty of your tides. Bless the land with dew-filled mornings. Be with us this day. Hail and welcome.
Hail and welcome.
Hail and welcome.
Hammer, hallow this steed. By Thor's might, which upholds us. By Frega's wisdom, which guides us. By Odin's hand, which guards us. By Heimdall's watch, which shields us. And by Freya's love, which blesses us. Hammer, hallow, and hold this holy steed.
The wheel of the air turns once more, and the vernal equinox arrives. Light and dark are equal, and the soil begins to change. The earth awakens from its slumber, and new life springs forth once more. The sun draws ever closer to us, greeting the earth with its welcoming rays. Dark and light are equal, and the sky fills with light and warmth. The sun warms the land beneath our feet, and gives life to all in its path. Spring has come. For this we are thankful. The divine is present all around, in the cool fall of a rainstorm, in the tiny buds of a flower, in the down of a newborn chick, in the fertile fields waiting to be planted, in the sky above us, and in the earth below us. We thank the universe for all it has to offer us, and are so blessed to be alive on this day. Welcome life, welcome light, welcome spring.
Now, now we will do our, what I consider the ritual of offerings. So this is where our seeds come into hand. So if you have actual seeds, I want you to go ahead and take them. I have mine here. And I want you to go ahead and hold them in your hands. And if you don't have actual seeds, I want you to visualize seeds of things that you would like to grow within yourself. So hold those seeds, hold your actual seeds in your hands, and take 3 deep breaths and close your eyes. Keep breathing deeply and feel the earth's energy flowing through your body from the bottom of your feet, up and out of the crown of your head. Feel the energy swirling around your whole body. As you hold the seeds in your hands, feel the seeds, their texture, their shape. Connect with the seeds' energies. Travel inside the seeds. From the center of your consciousness, out through your arms and fingers, visualize what it feels like to be inside that seed. Explore their inner nature. Sense the miracle of life that will come from these seeds. Do this for a few minutes as I call upon the goddess for her blessings. Frigga, ever wise mother of all. Freya, our lady of love, beauty, and fertility. Nerthus, earth mother, womb of the world. Suna, lady of the heavens, bright and glorious in your return. Ostara, the spring maiden, it is in your name we gather this day. Winter is over. The land is awakened with your creative sustaining powers. Flowers long to bloom. The light quickens, lengthening the days. And soon, we hope, warming them as well. Warm us now, Ostara, with your presence among us. We bid you welcome. We are honored guests that we might show you honor and declare our love. Now, if your eyes are still closed, go ahead and open them. And this is the time. Go ahead and take your container if you have it, and put these seeds into the soil. Or put the soil in your container and then put the seeds in if you haven't done so yet. And if you're visualizing, visualize this as well, that you're planting these seeds into the earth. And then after doing that, go ahead and take your water. You've got some water there. All right. And I'm going to give a blessing. So I'll send the blessing to yours as well. To thee, goddesses of the earth and spring, we offer this water and humbly offer our human efforts, our struggle, our devotion. Bless this water and accept our gifts, which symbolize our communion and kinship. Now, everybody, I'd like you to repeat after me. Hail Frigga.
Hail Frigga.
Hail Frigga.
Hail Freya.
Hail Freya.
Freya.
Hail Nerthus.
Hail
Hail
Nerthus.
Nerthus.
Hail Suna.
Hail
Suna.
Una.
Hail Ostara.
Hail Ostara.
Hail the gods and goddesses.
Hail the gods and goddesses.
Hail the holy, all-giving earth.
Hail the holy, all-giving
earth.
Now we're going to take a sip of this water as we share with each other as a toast. Sharing this water, we share in the holy powers of our ancestors. Go ahead and take a sip. And now we're going to receive the blessings of Ostara by sprinkling some water on ourselves. So you want to dip your fingers a little bit in your water and just kind of sprinkle it around. Receive the blessings of Ostara. The blessings of Ostara upon us. The blessings of Ostara upon us. If you guys want to say that too. The blessings.
Blessings of Ostara upon us.
Now go ahead and pour the remaining of your water into your pot. If you've got a lot of water, drinks, in a small pot, just be careful, drink some. From the gods to the earth to us, from us to the earth to the gods, a gift for a gift. Hail.
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 And now we're going to hear a lovely story about the goddess Ostara.
This tale is called Ostara and the Bird. Tara shivered and huddled closer to her mother. Even the bright flames of the bonfires dotting the surrounding hills failed to warm her. She knew the fires had been built, as they were every year, to welcome the return of spring, but Tara worried that the cold would never end. Even the old men of the village were remarking that this had been the worst winter they could remember. She waited in the dark with the others for the dawn to come. But what if Ostara, the spring goddess, was late? A small boy squeezed through the legs of villagers surrounding the closest bonfire and came running over to her. "Here, Tara, I brought you a bun." Her brother Gerald grinned in excitement. Tara took the bun and let the warmth seep into her frozen fingers. She studied the equal-armed cross pattern on the top. Grandmother Adela had explained to her on Ostarafest past that the cross represented the turning of the wheel of the year. Tara wished with all her heart that the wheel would turn. She hated the cold. "Tara," said her mother, "your teeth are chattering. Get up, child. Move about and dance around the fires with the others. That will warm you." Reluctantly, the girl rose, but she didn't feel like dancing. Her limbs were too stiff. Instead, she hugged her thick shawl around her body, careful not to crush the soft, sweet, hot cross bun, and wandered over the ice toward the trees. Now, as she reached the bushes, her toe nudged something in the dark. There was a soft fluttering against her foot. Tara bent down and peered through the pre-dawn light at the small, dark form against the white, crusty snow. Was it a bird? Reaching down with one hand, her fingers closed over soft feathers. It was a bird. The girl lifted the little creature and held it to her chest. One dark eye looked up at her, but oh, the bird was so cold. It struggled feebly in her grasp and then collapsed, exhausted and dying. The poor little thing was frozen and couldn't move its wings. Tara tried feeding it bits of her warm bun, but the bird had no strength left to even eat. It simply lay limply in her hand, and the girl saw the dark eye growing dull. Tara threw her head back and called to the cold gray sky, "Ostara, please come. We have to save this little bird." The bird's beak opened, gasping. It seemed to be taking its last breath. Tara was crying now as she kissed its little head. "Don't die," she begged. "Ostara will bring the spring and the warmth any moment now, I promise." Suddenly, the air turned golden. Tara heard cheers from the villagers. The sun was rising. And looking up, she saw what appeared to be a rainbow bridge stretching across the morning. A lovely maiden was dancing across the arch, her golden hair wreathed in flowers. Her gown was vibrant red, and from her waist hung a ring of keys. And as she drew closer and as the sun rose higher, perfume suddenly filled the air. A warm fragrance of fresh green and violets. Tara, in wonder, scarcely dared to breathe the name Ostara. The goddess moved directly towards her, and Tara found herself gazing into the most incredible eyes, sky blue above rose petal cheeks. The goddess gazed down at the poor bird, and her eyes darkened with sorrow. She stroked its head with a gentle finger. I heard your cry, the goddess said, and never doubt, my precious child, that I shall come. Tara, I will always come. The wheel indeed will always turn. Light will follow darkness. Spring will melt the snows. But alas, it is too late to save the bird. His wings are frozen. Tara's eyes filled with tears again, and the goddess cupped her chin. But I have a plan, she said, smiling. She stroked the bird with her hand. The bird grew larger and heavier beneath her touch that left a trail of fur where feathers had been. Tara was amazed to see that instead of a bird, she now held a hare. Its fur was soft golden brown like the earth, and its eyes were yellow like the sun. Only the underside of its tail was reminiscent of the white snow and ice and cold that were now suddenly left behind. The goddess said, of all the creatures of the earth, this shall be my favorite. And when you celebrate my lunar rites, his image you will see in the moon. And every year his presence will announce my great arrival and the coming of the warm months ahead. And Tara? Yes, whispered the girl. As an extra blessing, Ostara kissed her cheek, leaving a warm spot behind. It's an extra blessing for your compassion, for the love of compassion of children everywhere. This little hare that was once a bird will leave eggs. Not just any eggs, but eggs that are all the colors of my rainbow. And children the world over will find them and know that I have arrived and that spring will surely follow. Tara hugged the hare tight and grinned up at the goddess Ostara. Thank you, she whispered. Oh, thank you, thank you. The goddess smiled down at her. By now, all the villagers had gathered around to witness the miracle. The hare wriggled free from Tara's arms and leapt to the ground. He shook his great long ears and began hopping about. Sure enough, in his wake, he left a trail of eggs. Look, cried her little brother, they're all different colors. There's a pink one. Oh, and there's a blue egg. I see a green one and a yellow one too, exclaimed another child. Tara clapped her hands in delight. Oh, and there's a purple egg and, oh, look, a cute little brown one. Brown? Ostara suddenly frowned and bent over to examine that last deposit. Children, that's not an egg. Best not eat that one. The end.
Yay! That was awesome. Thank you, Tyler, for sharing that. A little note. I'm hoping, as you guys were listening to that story, I'm hoping most of you know that when you do look up at the full moon, you can see the hare in the moon. And I always think about Ostara every full moon because of that story. So I hope you enjoyed it. So now we're going to go ahead and have our cakes and ale before we get into the rune readings. So if you've got your food and drink with you, your cakes and ale, go ahead and take them. I'm going to do a little blessing over them. Okay, I've got mine right here. Okay. I ask the gods for their blessings upon this food and drink before us, this astral temple around us, and this family joining us, and the love between us. Blessed be. And may you never go hungry, and may you never thirst. Okay, so how the rune readings are going to go, before I bring Rebecca on here, I wanted to explain a little bit about how we're going to do this. So what I want everybody to do is, it's a type of a group reading, and I've done this before with tarot cards. She's doing it with runes. Everybody present here tonight, I want you to pick a number between 1 and 5. So pick a number between 1 and 5. You don't need to share it with anybody. Well, I guess you could if you want to, but pick a number between 1 and 5. But remember what number you picked, because that's going to be significant in the reading that you receive. And Rebecca's going to have 5 runes, and she's got a little extra stuff going on with them as well. So, and each rune that she's picked is for a specific number. So the number that you choose is going to be the message for you. So make sure you listen for your number and listen to the message. So I'm going to go ahead and bring Rebecca on board.
Hi, everybody. Okay, so has everybody picked their number 1 through 5? I'm going to go ahead and show you what I'm going to start with number 1. And not only did I pick a rune for that number, but I also picked a symbol from another book. So I'm going to start with number 1. It's Degalos is the rune, this way. And the other symbol associated with it is the triangle. So these paired together are giving you the message of, you need to envision your goals within reasonable time frames. There will be a breakthrough, a self-change. Some shift will occur. Trust yourself to have the courage, and the breakthrough will occur. Do this, and achievement and prosperity will follow. For number 2, if you picked number 2, you'll have the plus symbol, and now this. There we go. Currently, you're building and maintaining relationships effortlessly. Know that the obstacles are those that you have created. ID your shadow. Where is growth being slowed? Step back and reconsider your plan. If number 3 was the one that you picked, you have the circle and Thorsu. Wait, that's not that one. Oh, sorry, it's this one right here. See it? Okay. Explore more of your individualism. When fully engaged, creativity will flow easily. Look inward. Be clear on what is hidden within. What must you expose before you can take action? View all that brought you to this point. Observe it all, bless it all, and release it all. Then you can move forward. If you picked number 4, you have Jera and the square. This is telling me that past experience led you to make changes and to be more creative. Patience is essential in your progress. Recognize your faults. There will be no quick results, so be aware of the answers will come and be patient. meditation on what your goals are can help you at this point. If you picked 5, then the spiral is your symbol, and 1 Joe is your ruin. Change is not going to come quickly, but you will know how to respond when the time comes. The trail is ending. The trial is ending. Freely receive the blessings and rewards, as well as the sense of well-being that has been well earned. New clarity is calling you to let go of the old and begin anew. And that's it.
Rebecca, can you share with us a little bit about where runes come from, etc.?
Oh, runes come from the Norse tradition, and the 3 wise women instructed Odin that to learn knowledge, he had to pluck out one of his eyes and hang upside down from the world tree. This is how he saw the ruins in the water below, and that he used them for magic and prophecy.
That's awesome. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for doing this, Rebecca.
No worries.
I got number 2, so I guess I got to do some shadow work.
You gotta do some shadow work. There you go.
All right. So I hope everybody enjoyed your readings. Rebecca's going to give me a little rundown on each of those, and I'm going to post them on Spiral Earth's Facebook page so you can revisit those as well. And hopefully sometime in the future, we'll have a little class where we'll have a virtual class where Rebecca can maybe go into a little bit more details. That might be kind of fun, I thought.
Yeah, there's a lot more runes with a lot more meaning, and it's too much to do right here, right now. But
and I've
that
seen
little bit will help.
I've seen her do this class, so it's pretty cool. So that's definitely one we'll have to get on board with. All right. So with that, okay, awesome. I'm really looking forward. So everybody hang around. We're gonna close our circle now, but let's do some talking afterwards, because some of you I think might want to talk about a little bit about what your reading was tonight, and we can do that. We can talk a little bit and compare it and stuff. So let's go ahead and close our circle, and that's going to be you, Michael.
He didn't unmute himself.
Michael, you need to unmute.
Spirits of the West, our ritual has ended, but the energy remains. Circle lifts and we return to our everyday world. Thank you for joining our circle this day. May you travel safely to your home. Stay if you will, leave if you must. Hail and farewell.
Hail and farewell.
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 Spirits of the South, our ritual has ended, but the energy remains. The circle of life as we return to our everyday world. Thank you for joining our circle this day. May you travel safely to your home. Stay if you will, leave if you must. Hail and farewell.
Hail and farewell.
Spirits of the East, our ritual has ended, but the energy remains. The circle lifts and we return to our everyday world. Thank you for joining our circle this day. May you travel safely to your home. Stay if you will, leave if you must. Hail and farewell.
Hail
And farewell. Spirits of the North, our ritual has ended, but the energy remains. The circle lifts and we return to our everyday world. Thank you for joining our circle this day. May you travel safely to your home. Stay if you will, leave if you must. Hail and farewell.
Hail and farewell. And before we close, shut down the complete circle, I do have one other little blessing that I would like Brittany to do.
Thus the cycle continues. Spring is nigh upon us. Ostara takes root in our hearts and blossoms in our deeds. We depart knowing her blessings.
Blessed be. Blessed be.
Be.
And, all right. So take the circle down.
Earth will crumble this circle. Wind will tear at the clay. Fire will burn what's left in the urn, and water will wash it away. Blessed be.
Blessed be.
Blessed be.
Blessed be.
And now I'm going to take all spotlights off. And I'm going, now I invite everybody to put yourselves in gallery view so you can experience our closing song.
May the circle be open but unbroken.
May the God and the goddess be ever in our hearts.
Merry meet and merry part, and merry meet again.
And
merry meet again.
Cha-cha-cha.
Be everybody. Thank you for joining us tonight, and hopefully you can hang around for a little bit. Go ahead and unmute yourselves so you can talk a little bit with us if you have any questions or just want to share.
I'd like to share that I love David's horns.
Thank you.
I love them.
And I can only see 4 people at a time, so I have no idea who said that, but thank you, whoever you are.
That was Brittany.
It
Well,
was
thank
me.
Hello, Travis.
Hello.
And you are Brittany's counterpart, am I correct?
Yes, that's me.
So how did
Nice to
everybody?
meet you, Travis.
What's that, David?
I said nice to meet you, Travis.
Nice to meet you, David.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah, good to meet you.
So I'm curious, what numbers did you all pick?
I picked 3.
Pick 2.
Same.
3.
Mine's 2 also. So did you connect with it?
Yeah.
Yes, very, very much so.
So I'd like to share in the chat. Some folks had, posted some stuff in chat, and Tilly responded with the number 2. I'm assuming Tilly that you picked number 2. She says that it applied directly with a tarot reading that she did 2 days ago, saying that she needed to do shadow work. So
Nice.
she's excited to grow more through it.
Nice.
So it's really neat when you get more than one confirmation that you're supposed to be doing something. I actually have a dark moon ritual that I'd like to do sometime, and where it's a meditation that takes you through your shadow self and shadow masks and stuff. So we'll have to do that sometime. It's really good.
Yeah.
Oh, I'd be interested in something like that.
Yeah.
Nice. We'll do that. All right. So I see we have a lot of people still with us, a few people. So Tilly, Star, Ray, Michaela, you have any questions or do you want to share anything with us tonight? You can unmute yourselves if you want. Oh, you know what? I'll stop the recording here.